Welcome. I'm Jose Huizar, Chair of the Planning and Land Use Management Committee. I've been joined by Marquise Harris Dawson, Councilmember Mitch Englander, and Felipe Fuentes. We will start the agenda at this time, and we will receive and file a report from Director of Planning. Our director's upstairs at another committee, but we've been joined today by Deputy Director Lisa Weber to answer any questions throughout the meeting if we need anything answered. Item number 1, we will approve on consent. That's a CAO contract with NBS Consulting to study update plan department fee structure. There are no cards on that. With no objection, we'll approve that on consent. Item number 2, we will continue for 45 days. That is the CAO and City Attorney final ordinance increasing construction services surcharge by 1% to cover costs of developing the one-stop permit center component of Build LA. We'll continue that for 45 days. Is that okay with you, Mr. Fuentes? All right, we'll continue that. Item number 8, approve on consent. That is 221 South St. Andrews Place, putting it on the historical cultural monument list. Approve on consent. Item number 9, approve on consent. That is 1430 West Avon Terrace on the city's historical cultural monument list. Item number 10 on consent, 3820 East San Rafael Avenue on the city's historical cultural monument list. And item number 11, that's 1001 North Everett Street on the city's historical cultural monument list. We'll put that on consent as well with no objection. So we'll move on to item number 3, and we could read that into the record, please.
Sure, Councilman. These are 4 ordinances relating to the Sylmar community plan. The associated ordinances were prepared by the city attorney. One relates to the community plan implementation overlay district and the fees, and the other one relates to the boundaries of the K district, and also the zone and height district change ordinances.
Thank you. Staff here to present on this item.
Good afternoon. Priya Mahendali with City Planning. City Council adopted the Sylmar Community Plan on June 24, 2015, and for your consideration today are 3 tools for implementing the plan. They're also known as the plan's implementing ordinances. The first is the Sylmar Community Plan Implementation Overlay District, also known as the CPIO, which is a new tool that is similar to a specific plan, and it regulates land uses and includes design standards to ensure that new development is consistent with the community plan's vision. The second is the Sylmar Equine Keeping K District Ordinance, which requires new lot conditions for new divisions of land in order to help ensure that horse keeping is feasible now and in the future. And the third is ordinance for zone and height district changes. And finally, also for your consideration, is an amendment to the fee ordinance related to application fees for planning approvals to add a CPIO exception and a CPIO adjustment fee to the fee ordinance table in the municipal code. Thanks.
Thank you very much. We have 1 speaker card. And Seb? Job?
Very good.
There you go.
My name is Ann Job. I'm the president of the Sylmar Neighborhood Council, and I represent the Sylmar Neighborhood Council, the people of Sylmar, and I'm here simply to say thank you. Thank you to our council member Fuentes, who has worked very hard on this. Thank you to Priya and Anita Cerna, who have worked very hard on this. And we are very, very happy that now we are looking at the protection that this plan is going to provide to our community. And we are in your debt. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Fuentes? Thank you. Without objection, we will approve this item. No objections, so ordered. Item number 4.
Item 4, Councilman, is a city attorney prepare ordinance relative to the cleanup, green up proposed supplemental use district, as well as the building and safety air filter ordinance.
Welcome.
Councilman, city attorney has advised me that there is a revised city attorney prepared ordinance that was submitted for the record.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Hagu Solomon Carey, for the record. I'm here to answer any questions on the ordinance, Clean Up, Green Up. It has appeared before this committee on several other occasions. As a brief overview, Clean Up, Green Up is a culmination of 2.5 years' worth of work led by the Department of City Planning, outreach with several stakeholders, other departments, other agencies, and over 6 years of community engagement and participation. It's a multi-pronged initiative. It has a regulatory component and a supportive service component, and collectively, the initiative aims to revise incompatible land uses and within 3 geographies in the city and incorporate best management practices throughout the city. During the last hearing, there was a request to provide a report back on the incentive component of Clean Up, Green Up, so I'm here to provide that. During our outreach and stakeholder process, it was made clear to us that traditional land use and zoning incentives were not the interest of existing businesses, but rather a stated need for streamlining the permit process across various agencies, particularly for industrial businesses, but also providing better access to existing incentive programs, and promoting green business practices within the industrial uses in these areas. The supportive services component is really largely focused on the creation of a new and unique role. The position within the city family would be solely focused on providing support services to businesses in the ways I just mentioned. The position will hold the title of the Environmental Affairs Officer and has been referred to conventionally as the ombudsperson. Funding for the position has been made available, and the Bureau of Sanitation is in the process of reviewing that job description and will undergo the hiring of that position. In short, the responsibilities of the position include being a liaison and a convener of both technical and financial resources and interfacing with projects that come through the permitting process. They will also take inventory of each business that comes through their office and create metrics to track success and show progress. Before the committee members is a document known as a Guide to Green. As it says there, it's a directory of financial and technical assistance programs available to businesses that will pursue permitting in the Clean Up, Green Up geographies. The guide lays out local, regional, state, and federal incentive programs organized by entity, agency, and further by program focus. And that ombudsperson will use this guide and other existing models for successful programming to provide this assistance to anyone coming through their office. And lastly, all the various partnerships that have been built through the extensive outreach through the nonprofits, the Liberty Hill Foundation, who has been our partner, regional and other state agencies, will also serve as a resource for retaining, attracting, and highlighting businesses that have been successful through the Kugu initiative. I'm here to answer any questions.
Thank you. We'll go to public comment now. Dan Hoffman, Alicia Witzling, Elizabeth Blaney. I'll have 1 minute. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, council members, staff. Thank you for the time. My name is Dan Hoffman. I'm the executive director for the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce. I also happen to be the chair for the South Bay Association of Chambers of Commerce, which covers 17 chambers from basically LAX to Long Beach. We're here this afternoon to express a couple of key points that we're still kind of stuck on. That is the plan for budget enforcement, or for the enforcement of illegal businesses, finding those businesses, helping them out. We don't see that component in this, and we think it's really important to our businesses to have a level playing field, and in addition to get more tax revenues for the city. There's no measurements for measuring the cost-benefit analysis or the real benefits. That is, how much are we going to save in power? What are we going to cut in NOx and SOx and DPMs? And we think that's a very important piece of this, or a component of what this should be. And there's no
Thank you, sir.
incentive plan for the legal business. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, Alicia Witzling with LA Chamber. As you've heard, we're part of a coalition of businesses that are opposed to Clean Up, Green Up still in its current form. We've tried to contribute to the discussion on this. We haven't really gotten much traction, unfortunately. As Dan mentioned, there is still no plan or budget for enforcement of unlawfully operating businesses. There's no cost, benefit, or metrics for success. The structure for the ombudsman still, I mean, we're at the end of the fiscal year. Ombudsman position is going to be, there's not going to be funding left for it by the time that we actually get it filled. And there's no plan for it to necessarily continue on from year to year. There's no incentive plan. We keep hearing about this green business guide, but that's incentives that are already offered that these businesses are not taking use of. And then it also has arbitrary and burdensome mandates that create a disadvantage to CUGU participants, the CUP, the HIA, these vague definitions of major improvements, this one-size-fits-all unreasonable requirement. It all adds up to bad policy, and we really urge you to rethink this plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Blaney, Will Nichols, and Andrea Rico.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Blaney. I'm with Unión de Vecinos. I'm a resident of Boyle Heights. I'm also with the Los Angeles Collaborative for Environmental Health and Justice. I just wanted to ask all of my fellow community members and organizations who are here in support to stand. This has been 5 years, since 2011, and we've needed the time for it to take that long because of all of the extensive outreach that has happened with businesses, with the industries of the priority industries, with the community members, with the institutional and organizational partnerships. And we appreciate how long it has taken to do that extensive outreach. It allowed us time to develop partnerships with our local businesses, to work with the businesses to keep them open and to look for ways to be able to using more green technology. It took time to negotiate. We didn't get everything we wanted. The industries didn't get everything we wanted, but we all understand that's part of the process. But we believe that what we have going forward is good. And after 5 years, I think there's the time to pass it, move it forward, and the ombudsman person will help address the business concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Will Nichols.
Good afternoon. Will Nicholas. I direct the Health Impact Evaluation Center at the LA County Department of Public Health. On January 29th, our department submitted a letter to the City Council endorsing the use of Health Impact Assessment, HIA, as a decision support tool without commenting on the specifics of the Clean Up, Green Up ordinance. I'm here today to reiterate our support for Health Impact Assessment. HIA is a tool for assessing the potential health impacts of policies, programs, and projects outside of the traditional health sector. It provides evidence-based recommendations to reduce harms and enhance benefits to human health. As of 2015, over 300 HIAs have been conducted in the U.S. in almost every state, including a substantial portion in the areas of natural resources and energy. HIA practice in the U.S. is guided by nationally recognized practice standards. HIA methodology includes both direct quantification of health impacts as well as consensus-based professional judgment about the magnitude of potential impacts based on the scientific literature. HIA also incorporates the unique knowledge and experiences of community members affected by the policy, program, or project being assessed. I'd like to clarify that. Oh, that's my bud. All right.
Thank you very much. Andrea? Stephen Leonido, Mercedes Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Andrea Rico, and I'm on the faculty at the USC Keck School of Medicine. I'm here today to express how significant a problem exposure to near roadway air pollution is, and that's addressed as one provision of CUGU, especially for our most vulnerable residents, children and the elderly. Studies at USC, UCLA, and around the world have shown that growing up near freeways and heavy traffic is linked to problems during pregnancy, including high blood pressure, lower birth weight, and premature babies of women who live near freeways during pregnancy, children whose lungs don't grow as well as they should, higher rates of asthma, and even autism, and that adults living near busy traffic are more likely to develop heart disease or stroke or to have memory problems as they age. In an ideal world, we would not build housing in close proximity to freeways, but if we continue to allow that, then other appropriate actions are definitely necessary to protect residents. In that regard, I urge you to consider a recent study funded by the California Air Resources Board showing that MERV 13 filters help to decrease pollution inside homes that are located near freeways. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Stephen Leonido-John with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. EPA and the City of Los Angeles have had a long and very successful partnership working together to protect the environment and public health. Over the past few years, EPA has reached out to the city several times in support of the cleanup, green-up measures that this committee is considering here today. We believe these measures complement and strengthen our environmental and public health protection efforts. As the city begins to implement the Clean Up Green Up program to create more health protective standards in LA's communities, EPA looks forward to our continued partnership with the city to address toxic pollution and the public health problems associated with cumulative environmental impacts. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mercedes Ortiz, Ashley Hernandez, Adam Lane.
My name is Mercedes Ortiz. I'm the lead organizer at Pacoima Beautiful. Today I want to express my support for the immediate implementation of Clean Up Green Up and share that residents of Pacoima and Boyle Heights have already benefited from Clean Up Green Up. As a result of the effort to pass policy, Cal EPA selected Pacoima and Boyle Heights as the focus of their latest environmental justice compliance and enforcement initiative. The goal is to coordinate and improve compliance and enforcement with environmental regulations in communities that experience disproportionate health impacts from polluting sources. Cal EPA brought together representatives from various regulatory agencies to meet with residents, community-based organizations, and businesses from Boyle Heights and Pacoima to hear their concerns about polluting sources and lack of enforcement in their communities. Cal EPA then conducted compliance assistance outreach as well as targeted enforcement activities. They are currently drafting their report. CUGU will ensure that this type of coordination and increased enforcement will continue in green zones. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I go? Great. So, hello, my name is Ashley Hernandez. I am a community resident in Wilmington, California, but I am also an organizer with Communities for a Better Environment. I am here with high school students, with community members, with allies in support of this Clean Up Green Up policy. I myself have been involved with this policy since I was 16 years old, and I've continued working with businesses and getting them involved into this policy. It is imperative that we have the CUP revisions completely looked in, secured, and we need to make sure that we have a CUP and there's no delay. No matter what an industry may say or claim, we need the CUP for the protection of our community of the front line. Angelinos, infants, the elderly, we deserve this second layer of protection, and we need you guys to support us and not support the business ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. Adam Lane, Alex Davis.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Adam Lane. I'm here representing the Los Angeles Business Council. I'd like to express our support for the Clean Up Green Up ordinance. We're an organization with over 400 members representing various businesses across Los Angeles, many that have been leaders in sustainable practices. We're supportive that the initiative seeks to combine economic incentives with business assistance for the opportunity for businesses to improve their competitiveness by taking advantage of the array of incentives available to them. We believe the proposed ombudsperson position is critical to help them navigate and comply with regulations and assist them in finding financial support that many of the businesses are unaware of. We do, however, believe it's crucial that the ombudsperson position be funded for longer than a year-to-year basis, and we're glad to hear that planning will be keeping metrics on the number of businesses within the pilot zones that take advantage of existing city incentives to help measure the success of this position. For these reasons, we respectfully request an aye vote on this motion. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to working on the implementation and with the ombudsperson.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Alex Davis, Legislative Affairs Manager at the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, VICA. Thank you for your time today. Since the Council began discussing revitalizing economies through green enterprises, local businesses have supported the notion that a collaborative, common-sense approach will help mitigate different environmental impacts. Unfortunately, we believe that the ordinance that is currently drafted fails to meet these goals. The proposal has no plan or budget for enforcement and no plan to benchmark efficiencies of the program. Among other things, we must support businesses that legally operate. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our public comment. Any questions or comments? Committee members and colleagues, as you are aware, we heard this item.
We vote on this. We get a shirt?
Councilmember Englander, no, that would be illegal, sir. Councilmember Englander asked if we vote on this, will we get a T-shirt? But no, you can't sow your vote, sir. Yeah. We heard this item back in December. It was passed unanimously, and today's ordinances are just what we anticipated at that time. As some of the public speakers mentioned, we had been working on this for about 5 years. I certainly want to thank the City Attorney, Department of Building and Safety, and the Plan Department for making sure that all of our T's are crossed and I's are dotted. It has been a long time coming. I also want to thank the local council members whose district this will impact, Mr. Fuentes, as well as council members Buscaino and Ms. Martinez. I ask for your support on this item and move it to full council. Are there any objections? See no objections, so ordered. Yes, one.
Councilman, so if you could read into the record that we're adopting the version of the ordinance submitted by City Attorney today to the clerk, and also the building and safety ordinance as to the air filters that was previously transmitted.
I have read that into the record as you have stated, so thank you.
Just want to make sure.
All right, thank you very much. So with the language provided by the CLA's office just now, we will move these items to full council. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Thank you. And City Clerk, when will this be in council? City Clerk, when will this be in council?
So does that mean we don't get a shirt?
April 12th.
Oh, after.
Tuesday, April 12th.
Tuesday, April 12th, it's in full council. Thank you. So ordered. Thank you very much, and thank you to the advocates and to the people who have brought this to our attention. And we are now moving ahead to full council April 12th. Thank you very much. Next item is item number 5. Can you read that into the record, please? And as you exit, if you could keep your voices down, please, so that we could continue with our meeting. Thank you. Next item.
So item 5, Councilman, is an EIR as well as a draft ordinance to make amendments to the Coliseum specific plan and to establish a new supplemental use sign district.
Great, thank you. Staff here on this item. Welcome.
Good afternoon, members of the Plum Committee. This is Lucy Barr with the Department of City Planning Major Project Section. By way of summary, the City Planning Commission at its meeting of December 10th, 2015, recommended that the City Council adopt the amendment to the LA Coliseum District Specific Plan and the Supplemental Use Sign District, which included the transfer of the existing signage provisions under the Coliseum District Specific Plan into a Supplemental Use Sign District. The City Planning Commission also recommended that the City Council certify that it has assessed and certified the EIR and the addendum for the project as prepared by the LA Memorial Coliseum Commission. Adoption of the findings, project design features, statement of overriding considerations, and the mitigation monitoring program. These amendments are necessary in order to facilitate the development of a 22,000-seat professional soccer stadium with 9,000 square feet of conference, museum, and commercial uses, and 143,000 square feet of improved public open space. Unless there are any questions, planning staff will continue to work with the Office of the City Attorney to finalize these actions of the Council.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll start off with the applicants. And how would you like to do this? The one Ms. Starr, you know how this works. If you want to get one 5-minute, who will that be? Or you want to share that time with who?
Yep. Mr. Penn and I will share the 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Tom Penn and Cindy Starr. Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name's Tom Penn. I'm president and one of the co-owners of Los Angeles Football Club. And it's a privilege to represent our broad ownership group, our global ownership group that includes some captains of industry, some great goal scorers and basketball hoop scorers and citizens of this wonderful community. and everything in between. So it's a great group. What we're doing is building the Cathedral of Soccer in America, the new Cathedral of Soccer right in the heart of Los Angeles, as you know, in Exposition Park. Estimated $3 billion economic impact. This is a $250 million private investment. Focus on the local hiring, the minority hiring, the tax revenue. We've reached our project labor agreement, and of course, creating over 3,000 jobs. This venue is 22,000 seats. It's compact, it's steep, it's intense. The noise stays in. The energy's focused on the field. We've been very active in the community. The thousands and thousands of people we've connected with, over 7,000 supporters have attended our events, 20,000 signed up in support of the stadium. We've got over 150 support cards. We've had 3 significant community events within the neighborhood. We've gotten letters of support, and we had a great open house. Focusing on the community benefits, you've seen these numbers, but we know it's creating 3,000 jobs, 40% local hiring, 35% MBE, WBE commitment. Will exceed those goals. Take your eyes to the lower right, over $36 million in community benefits being invested over time, in addition to the $250 million development that we spoke of. This is going to be a wonderful, vibrant, and beautiful place. It's on the site of the current sports arena. The stadium itself is closer to Figueroa Street, which leaves a wonderful Northwest Plaza up there next to the entrance to the Coliseum. This is a rendering of what that new plaza will be. The supplemental ancillary structure will be next to it, and a view from Figueroa Street. This is going to be a really, really cool place. Right in the heart of Los Angeles, right in historic Exhibition Park, the world's game in the world city, and we thank you for your support.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is Cindy Starrett from Latham & Watkins on behalf of LAFC, and just a few of the details that are before you today. The Coliseum Commission is the lead agency, and Councilman Price is a member of the Coliseum Commission on behalf of the city. They've already approved the project, and so is the Science Center Board. We've subleased from USC, and USC is here today if you have any questions for them. And we also have parking and other agreements for Exposition Park. The city is a zoning authority, and the City Council initiated an amendment to the Coliseum District Specific Plan, which already exists, of course. And there was signage approved in that specific plan. That signage is now being moved into a supplemental use sign district, so that's before you today as well. And then the specific plan provides that the planning director will make sure that our actual design is consistent with the specific plan. And also for service of alcohol, we have a number of conditions in that specific plan that we'll have to satisfy. As to signage, we have a comprehensive program. It's essential for our financing. There are a number of new restrictions in our program, but it is appropriate for a modern and professional sports stadium. It fits in well with Exposition Park, and it's consistent with the freeway visibility and other things the city accorded to LA Live and to Farmers Field. Here are just some examples. On the left is LA Live, on the right is Farmers Field. That sign district was approved even though the project didn't go forward. Ours is toned down because it's in a park, but it's important to have the vibrant signage. And then as to CEQA, the Coliseum Commission had previously certified an EIR. The city was very involved in an addendum. It's a silver LEED project. Many sustainability requirements, including 20% of the spaces we're adding, will be for electric vehicle charging. We have about 100 conditions and mitigation measures that the project will comply with. The transportation, there's a maximum attendance number. Historic issues have been thoroughly considered. And so we're asking you today to approve the project. We're asking you to recognize that this will be an iconic project, a huge investment in the city of Los Angeles. In addition to our stadium, we're also providing ancillary uses to serve the community. That will include significant job generation with restaurants and eating options for visitors. We need to move quickly. We're going to pull building permits this summer. So we thank you for your consideration and ask that this go to council as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we also have applicants' representatives for 1 minute. DJ Moore and Brian League. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Honorable Commissioners. DJ Moore of Latham and Watkins. LAFC fully supports Councilmember Price's requested modifications, which were submitted to you, and agrees that these changes will make this a better project. The modifications require $4 million in community benefits to improve local parks, the streetscape, and the overall visual environment in South LA. This is a $1 million increase above what the CPC recommended, and ensures funds will be spent directly in this community instead of paying sign companies. The modifications impose more stringent lighting standards than were applied to Farmers Field or exist in the current code, and they're appropriate for a new sports and entertainment use, and the project design features in the EIR addendum ensure there will be no lighting impacts on residences. The modifications also clarify landscaping and paving requirements for a LEED Silver project that will remain LEED Silver, provide for use of restrooms during Exposition Park events, ensure a safe and active environment. Signs will be off by 2 a.m. under all circumstances, and it designates a sign at the base of Figueroa as a digital sign consistent with the hearing officer's recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Brian League with the University of Southern California. The university is fully supportive of this project. We can't wait for it to get started and welcome LAFC to the park. We think they'll be great neighbors, and they will allow our women's soccer team to have a great venue for events when needed. So we're ready for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Godfrey Wachira, Rachel Torres, and Anthony Cummings.
Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Cummings, and I represent Youth Center in Central and South Los Angeles. I heard earlier that Tom talked about community, and we're fully support of this program. Main reason is before this has even gone up, before they've even done anything, before there's any players, their staff has already come and mentored our students. They've already come and spoke with our kids and have worked with our kids in the community. That says a lot about their character. It says a lot about the organization. So from the youth center perspective, from the nonprofit perspective, from helping these kids get off the street, we absolutely support this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Godfrey Wachira, and I'm here on behalf of CREED LA, a local nonprofit committed to supporting good environmental friendly projects that benefit local communities. CREED LA, we strongly support LAFC's stadium project and the proposed changes that have been presented to your committee. We feel that this project is what we'd call a complete package because it will create an exciting asset for Expo Park. It's designed with tasteful signage, and they've said all the community benefits that will come with the project, including taking advantage of the local transit investments. We believe, taken together, it's a project that will promote a healthy environment, support local workforce, and contribute towards creation of positive communities. And would like to urge you to push it on quickly because as a soccer fan, I look forward to the day I'll watch LAFC versus LA Galaxy in a local stadium built by local labor. And that will be a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you. Rachel Torres, Fernando Varela, Salvador Reyes, Richard Escutia.
Good afternoon, Councilman. My name is Rachel Torres. I'm here with Michael Kelly, a member of Unite Here Local 11 and a concessions worker at the Sports Arena and the Staples Center. We stand here together in strong support of the LA Football Club, which will bring thousands of good jobs in both the construction and the hospitality industry for hardworking Angelenos. We commend this developer for your broad community benefits package and see this as a game changer, just as LA Live was a few years ago. We thank Councilmember Price and his staff for your strong leadership and look forward to joining the world and having a world-class soccer team here in our region. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Expo Park is one of my favorite places to go in Los Angeles. I was just there last week attending an event there, and the green spaces and the gardens are amazing. The museums are world class. The Coliseum is obviously an amazing structure and you can peek into it. But there's a certain corner of Expo Park that is dreary and not usable at all, and that's the sports arena. It's dull, rotting. gated off, so you can't use any of the green space or any of the immediate space around it. And the LAFC Stadium project will do nothing but improve that whole area, not only by adding a world-class, very modern 22,000-seat soccer stadium, but by also adding to the catalog of amazing museums at Expo Park, as well as the different, concessions there. They're also going to be building a kind of courtyard into the outside of the stadium that will be right in front of the Coliseum. So I think overall, this is just a win-win-win in every way. They're just going to be improving the park. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Councilman. My name is Salvador Reyes, Councilman Weezer. I'm a longtime resident from Boyle Heights, and I'm a law enforcement officer. And I'd like to say I just got selected to be an assistant coach with the LAPD soccer team. And I'm sure the gentleman on that team and everybody else associated with law enforcement is in agreement that this stadium project is good for the city and the community at heart. Specifically, I do still reach out to the city in Boyle Heights, different groups, the Arts Conservancy, getting them involved with some of these projects and ideas that are being proposed by the team and its organizers. Thank you.
Thank
you. Good afternoon, honorable panel. My name is Richard Escutia, represent District 9 Youth Support Group. Everybody loves progress, but progress requires investment that the team will pay at no cost to taxpayers. The project will require sacrifice, but in the long run, the continued revitalization of the Figueroa corridor and the surrounding will be worthwhile. Therefore, I strongly support the project and ask you, honorable panel, for approval. Good day.
Thank you. Doug Wilson, Aaron Jimenez, Noreen McClellan.
Good afternoon, Chair and Council members. Hello, my name is Doug Wilson. I'm here on behalf of Plumbers Local 78. We are strongly in support of the LAFC proposed soccer stadium and appeal before the City Council. LAFC has been a good partner to our organization since the franchise was announced. The project will bring good local jobs to the city and support area wage standards. The LAFC has an aggressive schedule that will put a local people to work and project that will be an asset to the city, as well as Echo Park and the Figueroa corridor. We strongly urge you to support the project and the proposed changes. And thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Aaron Jimenez with the Central City Association. CCA represents 450 businesses in the Los Angeles region. We know the city's continued success is dependent on new investments, which is why we support the construction of a 22,000-seat professional soccer stadium for the new Los Angeles Football Club. The new stadium will enhance Exposition Park by adding new amenities to the area, including a conference center, retail, restaurants, and a soccer museum. It is also estimated that the project will create 1,200 temporary construction jobs and 1,800 full-time jobs upon completion. CCA hopes the city will take this opportunity to enhance Exposition Park through the addition of a new sports venue that complements existing destinations within the community. For these reasons, we strongly support the proposed new soccer stadium at the Los Angeles Sports Arena redevelopment site. Thank you.
Thank you. Noreen McClendon, Eva Morales, Wayne from Encino.
Good afternoon. My name is Noreen McClendon. I'm the Executive Director of Concerned Citizens of South Central Los Angeles, and I'm here in support of the Los Angeles Football Club proposal for a couple reasons. One is the 40% local hire. If I can get 40% of those jobs for low and moderate income people in my community, good union jobs, well-paying jobs, then I can uplift the neighborhood. We develop affordable housing. We have soccer programs that introduce youth to soccer but also teach entrepreneurship using the game of soccer. And if I can teach them to on real life projects, that's great. This project offers plenty of community benefits, but most importantly for me, it's about the jobs. And soccer is a world-class game played all over the world, and we're bringing it here and introducing our folks to it. And I think it's just a wonderful project, and I'm in support of the project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Eva Morales. I am a resident of the city of LA.
I reside in 9th Council District. I am here to express my support for the Los Angeles Football Club because it will provide employment opportunity for my community and support the youth soccer program that will bring a world game to my neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you. Wayne from Encino, Paloma Perez, McAvoy.
So, we're going to do it, Marchese. More gentrification, more getting rid of Negroes in favor of development. Hootie, hoo. That's what they mean by the bad side of the city. So, tear down the whole convention center. Level the whole thing. Build a goddamn football stadium. There's still time. Do it. No soccer fields. Build a football stadium. We're going to get one more team in SoCal. You can still do it. There's still time. You got to do it now. This is stupid. We're only going to wind up with a little soccer field. Get that football stadium built. We can get one of the two teams. That's $4 billion and 2 Super Bowls. Over a soccer field? Come on, guys. You're not that dumb. You're smarter than that, right? Think.
From Council District 9, Paloma Perez McAvoy.
Good afternoon, members. Paloma Perez McAvoy with Council District 9. I'm here today to express our extreme support of this project on behalf of our council office, which is a phenomenal $250 million investment, complete with retail, restaurants, and a soccer museum that will activate a corner of Exposition Park that has been long neglected and long forgotten. Just to clarify a little, yesterday a letter was sent over to all of the members from Councilmember Price asking for a few clarifications and amendments since the CPC hearing a couple months back, specifically some design amendments on the parking lot so that LAFC can fully maximize the usage of the small space, the small parking lot that they do have jurisdiction over. Also clarification as to the use of the restrooms for public use for large events such as the Revlon Walk and other large events that are held at Exposition Park. Also, LAFC has agreed to be a part of our Figueroa Corridor Special Events Committee and also do community outreach as it pertains to traffic issues. Lastly, on signage, we believe that this catalytic project deserves a sports and entertainment-like feel. So we are going to be asking to restore the hours of digital signage that does not face any residential projects from 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. or midnight, 12 p.m. midnight, as many games often go past 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Secondly, we'll also be asking to restore the digital nature of one of the signs located named DDO5, which is also in your letter, and upping the candelas from 300 to 600. This is less than the 800 candelas that was originally requested by the team. Lastly, we look forward to working together with LAFC on the $4 million in committed benefits for the creation of a bid, streetscape plan, and youth programming at our parks. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. So, Council District 9 has submitted some requests for changes to the draft specific plan and St. District ordinance. The community benefits, are they outlined in this report? I was looking for them. Council District 9? Okay, they're on page 3. Is that? No, that's not. I'm just trying to make sure that if we approve them and move forward, that they are documented in something that we're approving. And I didn't. I'm trying to find them in the. Are they in here?
Right. So if you look at the attachment, it's listed as alternative to the sign reduction program, and I believe it's on page 2 of the attachment
Page 2?
to the letter. Right.
Yes.
And then proposed
Okay.
section 6F lists out the
Okay, I got it.
benefits.
All right, it's in there. Okay. But it got it. Okay. Thank you. Got it. Any questions or comments? It's been moved.
So, Councilman, you need to instruct the city attorney to prepare two ordinances. One, it relates to the Coliseum district-specific plan, and the second ordinance is as it relates to the supplemental use district. And the third action is to recommend rather to the council to certify the LA Sports Arena EIR and the addendum, and to adopt the findings.
And to approve the amendments by Council District 9.
Yes, sir.
And if may I add to that, if we can allow the planning department to work on the findings associated with amendments to the City Planning Commission actions as part of the ongoing work with the city attorney.
Have you had a chance to review the amendments?
Yes, we reviewed them, but we just want to work on the findings together with the city attorney's office.
Okay, sounds good. All righty. Somebody whispered to you that you want to share with us? No? Okay.
I was whispered that they want a date of council to April 19th if possible.
Yeah. April 19th? City attorney says no.
No, there's no way we'll be able to get it done. We understand that there's urgency and a need, but we'll move as expeditiously as possible, but we can't be tied down to April 19th.
19th is what, 2 weeks from now? 3 weeks? Week after that?
Terry Kaufman, Mesilla City Attorney's Office. We'll move as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Chair,
we'll-
also,
yes,
the
City
week
Clerk.
after that, you're recessed. You're in recess the last week of April.
We're in recess that last week, right?
Yes.
So, City Attorney's Office will work with you, Planning Department, the applicant, CD9, to work on this as expeditiously as possible. Get this. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, goodbye to the sports arena. My last concert I saw there was Black Sabbath. So, I was like 2 years ago. I saw them at the Forum not too long ago, about a couple of months ago. They were better at the Forum. It's a much better venue.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So for the record, this item, you want the ordinances back in committee, or do you want to move it? You want to go ahead and move to council with the instruction for city attorney to prepare the ordinances?
We'll move them to council, right? And then have them, as you work out the findings and everything else, move that packet to council. We will need to see it here again. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So without any objection, so ordered as described. Anything else, Roberto?
No, Council.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations and welcome to Los Angeles. Thank you. Next item.
Next items, Councilmen, are interrelated. Item 6 is the appeal by the applicant, Mike Hakim. He's appealing the action of the Planning Commission, which disapproved a zone change and a height district change, a site plan review, and this is for a mixed-use project with 269 dwelling units in CD10. And item 7 is the associated resolution relative to a GPA amending the land use on site.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Debbie Lawrence with the Planning Department. This project is located in the Wilshire Community Plan area, just south of 8th Street, across from the Robert F. Kennedy High School, LAUSD High School, on the site of the former Ambassador Hotel site. It's a 27-story mixed-use building with 269 dwelling units and 7,500 square feet of commercial use. And the total floor area proposed is about 322,000 square feet. It was filed in 2006 and has been through several revisions. Because it was before the City Planning Commission more than one time, in December of 2014, the CPC disapproved and recommended that the City Council not adopt the project because it was out of scale with the existing neighborhood. However, the project was then approved by the Mayor and City Council. And on June 5th, the City Council directed the Planning Department to prepare the resolution, the zone change ordinance, and the conditions of approval for a general plan amendment, and a zone height district change, and these are included in today's transmittal. Because planning staff had recommended denial of the project, the zone change ordinance and the conditions and findings for approval were not before the City Planning Commission, and therefore it went back to them on October 8th, 2015. And it was disapproved again, and that is the appeal for today. So staff's recommendation for denial of all entitlements remains as set forth in the CPC determination, which was dated January 16, 2015. The project as proposed is not in harmony with the Wilshire Community Plan, nor is it consistent with good zoning practice. So the proposed intensity and scale is not compatible with the pattern of development in the neighborhood, and a 27-story building is well above the 1 to 6-story buildings that characterize the area. Thank you.
Thank you. Go to public comment now. And we're speaking on both items 6 and 7 together. I will go through the item cards presented to me on item number 6 first. Beverly Grossman, Palmer, Brady Collins, and Scarlett De Leon.
Hello, Beverly Palmer on behalf of Fix the City. This project died in 2015 when the applicant failed to appeal the City Planning Commission's denial. The mitigated negative declaration is the only environmental review for this project. It's totally inadequate. It has a shifting project description. The parcel addresses change from the MND, the agenda, and the motions. They all have a different range of addresses, so nobody knows which parcels are included. The analysis of aesthetics gives the applicant credit for removing trash and litter that have accumulated on his own site to conclude that the project will be an aesthetic benefit to the community. He shouldn't be rewarded for letting his site get run down. It wrongly states that the project is immediately adjacent to the Wilshire Regional Center. It's not. It's a third of a mile away. The MND also wrongly says that there are ground floor retail and commercial uses on Kenmore and Catalina. This is absolutely false. They're 100% residential. The MND doesn't analyze alternatives to the project that could reasonably meet objectives, and it does not analyze cumulative impacts. It's entirely deficient under CEQA.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brady Collins, and I'm with the Koreatown Immigrant Workers Alliance. We're very pleased that CD10 has facilitated a possible breakthrough in the project's development by encouraging a community benefits package. We are ready to work collaboratively with the city and the developer on this so it can move forward with strong community support. However, until this is finalized, we must reiterate our deep concerns with the project as proposed for the following reasons. The project requests a GPA and zone change to double the property's density without providing any of the affordable housing required in the state's density bonus law. The project conflicts with numerous city policies requesting the legal yard adjustment when no substantial evidence supports the findings. The project also violates Section 555 and operation of Los Angeles Municipal Code Section 1232 D1 because the applicant failed to appeal the City Planning Commission's denial within the allotted time frame. This letter that I have contains proposed community benefits for this project. Until these measures are met, Key will respectfully request that you refrain from action on the project for 90 days and encourage the developer to continue engaging with the community in order to improve the project. Should the Plum Committee recommend approval of the project to the full City Council, Key will have no choice but to consider additional avenues of appeal. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Scarlett De Leon. In the past, the developer made some troubling comments. He said that he is doing the community a favor with his project by cleaning up the neighborhood, that those living there are criminals and rapists. Well, I was raised in that community on Kenmore and 8th. Every day I would cross the street to the building that used to sit in the now empty lot where my babysitter lived. The people I grew up with are not criminals. They are hardworking people. They wake up every day with the sun in hopes of a better life for their kids. I know because my mom, grandma, aunts, uncles, and myself are those people. We leaned on each other, took care of each other's kids, and celebrated each other's victories. The kids I grew up playing with are now students, professionals, parents, and workers. Like everyone else, the members of the community are trying their best every day despite those like this developer who want to see them gone. What my community needs is not development like this, but affordable housing and good jobs for the already existing local residents. Thank you.
Ara Kim, Mario Peregrino, Lisa Fu.
Alrighty.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Mario Peregrino. I've been a resident of Koreatown for about 10 years now. I oppose the Catalina project because our community has not been notified appropriately. In the 10 years Mike Hakeem has tried to get this project approved, CD10 has failed to provide adequate notice to K-Town residents, and multilingual Koreatown city planning notices should be sent in languages appropriate to the community, such as Spanish and Korean. When you seek votes such as mine, you don't hesitate to hire people that speak a second language so that you may win your campaigns. So you must inform our community of 27-story projects that will impact our lives. This project needs an updated EIR. This project recently was approved by our mayor without taking into consideration the impact it would have on the 4,000 plus families at the largest school in the nation. This is right across from the RFK complex. This is bogus transit-oriented development. Otherwise there wouldn't be 526 parking spaces in the development. We want affordable housing and green space in the most densely populated part of the city, not development like this.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, my name is Lisa Fu. I'm a resident of Koreatown. I live across the street from where the development is being proposed. I'm also a member of Protect Koreatown, and we've done outreach to business members, teachers, students, neighbors, and everyone we've talked to did not know about this, and they all oppose it. And so what we actually want, and we're really concerned about, are true community benefits that really engage the members of the community that are going to be directly impacted by this in language as well. We want genuine, comprehensive community benefits package that doesn't, that includes the opinions, really engages folks. And we've actually held 2 community meetings as well with business members, teachers, and students. And they actually talked about what they wanted. They actually wanted more green space. They wanted more affordable housing. And these are just 2 small meetings that us as neighbors put together. So the fact that CD10 or Mike Hakeem's office can't do that yet is a concern for us, and that's what we want.
Thank you. Anna Nicholas, Christian Poot, and Jessica Kotchik. Anna Nicholas, Christina Poot, and Jessica Kotchik.
Hi, my name's Anna. I'm a UCLA CS student from RFK, and I live in Koreatown.
My name is Christian. I go to the same RFK UCLA, and I too live in Koreatown. Well, I would say I oppose for this building to go up because I live where they did a big building already, and it wasn't like comfortable me living around the construction. It bothered me a lot. Like I didn't have enough sleep, and then there was dust everywhere, and I wasn't comfortable around those building areas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica Kotchik. I'm a high school teacher at UCLA Community School, right across the street from the proposed development. I don't just represent myself, I represent a lot of teachers at our school, and we did submit several letters with signatures of other teachers at the community schools. Also, the United Teachers Los Angeles supports opposing this development, as well as a lot of our partners at UCLA. And the reason is because we've seen a lot of our families already begin to get pushed out of the neighborhood because of gentrification, other high-rise developments in the area, and also it's literally right across from our school, and we have major traffic issues and major safety concerns, particularly for the elementary school students who walk to school every day. There's already been traffic incidents, accidents that have happened. Luckily, no one has been killed, but there have been injuries due to traffic concerns during the beginning and end of the school day. Can I say one more thing? The other main concern is I think there's this sense that progress means gentrification, and right now we have a community with working class immigrant families, and our community has value, and I think it needs to be respected, and the concerns and the wishes of the community need to be respected.
Thank you. Jasmine Salvador, Daisy Juantes, and Patricia Flores. Jasmine Salvador, not here. Is attendance now. Daisy Juantes, not here. Patricia Flores.
Okay, hi, my name is Daisy Wantes. I'm a senior at UCLA CS, attending RFK.
Hi, my name is Patricia Flores from UCLA RFK.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm a senior at UCLA CS.
So we oppose this project because also we have someone that lives in that particular area. She's not here today, and there's a lot of people that live there, and like I also live in that area, so like we don't really support this.
Okay, so being a resident in Koreatown, I've lived like literally 1 block away from there, and having this project be done, it can cause serious damage to our community, especially because I've been living here for 17 years. And let me just say something really quickly. It's gonna affect us really badly, especially the community that has been ignored, especially since we're Spanish and Korean. So I don't think this project should even continue even further. So.
Thank you. Elizabeth Luis, Miriam Lopez, Natalie Flores.
Terry Kaufman, Messia City Attorney's Office, you should each speak separately because you each get 1 minute. So if you want to state your name and say what you feel, and then the next person, and then the next person.
Hi, my name is Miriam Lopez, and I'm a senior at UCLA CS. I oppose this project because it is very unsafe for all of us as students and everyone living in the residence. It's also very unsafe. I have seen how much traffic there is there. I was involved in a hit and run because in that street where I go to school every day, there's always so much traffic already. And building this project, it will cause way more accidents, which will hurt students, teachers, parents, children, everybody in the community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Natalie Flores, and I think that this would not benefit us at all, and it would affect us as students to go to school every day and knowing that there's more traffic, and I think that this will not progress our city. Instead, it would just benefit some people and not the minorities who live there.
My name is Elizabeth Luis, and I'm a senior at RFK Community Schools, and I don't think that this project should go forward because it's not fair to everyone that has been living there for years, and all of a sudden they're going to come build, it's going to cause gentrification, and it's just not fair for the low-income families.
Thank you. Christopher Corona, Jennifer Nunez, Angie Corrales. Christopher Corona, Jennifer Nunez, Angie Corrales.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Nunez, and I'm a student at RFK Community School, and I live in the community. I am strongly against this project because I believe that it will cause chaos in our community. Putting this building there will cause gentrification in the area, meaning that there won't be affordable housing. That means that families will have to leave their homes, and our community will be taken away from us, and our school will also be taken away from us.
Hi, my name is Angie Corrales, and I also believe that this building will cause gentrification. And once that happens, higher class people will begin to move in our community. We are working class people, and our school can be taken down, but it was built to give us an education. This one building will make a change for the working class. By constructing this building, we are being told that we don't deserve an education and that we don't deserve affordable housing. It is unfair to come in and change something that is already benefiting our community. We need you guys to support the opposing of this plan and to recognize that this project will affect working class families and the education of our upcoming generations. Thank you.
Tanya Aftakar, Jenna Kang, and Wayne from Encino.
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Tanya, and I support this project. As a property owner in the Koreatown area right near the RFK schools, this project can only help with the long-term quality of life for the entire community. Let the residents walk to school, walk to work, walk to dine at various restaurants. Let's cut traffic. The hardworking families in this area deserve to live in new, clean housing. Let the frivolous housing department lawsuits continue. We don't want that to continue. Everyone wants to live in a house or an apartment with good plumbing, good electricity. Let our community get better. All right, thank you. And let's support the mayor.
Jenna Kang, Wayne from Encino, and Sam Hakim.
Hi, my name is Jenna Kang, and I am a resident in the surrounding area of this project, and I support this development. With so many high-end residential buildings getting built in Koreatown, especially on Wilshire Boulevard and 6th Street, I think that by approving this project, the neighborhood will be truly upgraded and really offer quality living to middle-class families like myself. 8th Street right now only has old buildings, small buildings. The atmosphere and the vibe in that area seems like 1960s, if not worse. So by building this real estate, I think it will be able to provide ample parking, quality living to middle-class families like myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
So my brothers, Strumwasser and Wutcher LLP, they write that this is a poster child for spot zoning. That's what it is, spot zoning. We don't want spot zoning, do we? Because spot zoning is an entitlement that you're giving away millions of dollars worth of zoning for nothing to the taxpayers. And all the little kiddies came up today. They're getting younger every day because they're beginning to come here to the building of evil. They're beginning to come here where the root of all of our evil and our harm in our lives and our hearts exists. I didn't know about it, but now the youngsters are learning. Herb Wesson is a pimp, and this is in CD 10. This project must go down, and if not, these guys will sue you, and they will stop it.
Sam Hakim, Mike Russell, and Michael Hakim.
Thank you. As everyone knows, this immediate area, Koreatown, is the most dense area second to Manhattan of New York. And nothing has been built in this immediate area for over 50 years. The property itself has been vacant or demolished for over 12 to 13 years. And it's time that we approve this project so that way we can have families who are on the waiting list move into these areas and support the communities, businesses, and schools. We have thousands of units in this immediate area, and our vacancy list is -1, which means people are actually waiting for apartments in this immediate area. Michael, my brother, has been striving to build this building with the cooperation of the city for over a decade, and I appreciate that we can grant this to him and to the community and the people who are there. As the mayor does notice, there is a big need for housing, and I appreciate your approval on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Russell. I'm the Executive Director of the Wilshire Center Business Improvement District, which is a coalition of approximately 1,000 property owners in the Wilshire community, and we strongly support this project. Developers like Mike, Hakeem, and others have been giving to a fund to help provide programs such as public safety, sanitation, landscaping, and open schools up for public parks. He was actually spearheaded the program that opened it up for community movie nights at the RFK school. So it was his funding that projects like this help fund that allow that to happen. And so obviously the area is incredibly dense. We have a tremendous amount of high-rise buildings and developments going on now. And these projects create revenue that are needed to keep improving the community. So we support the project.
Thank you. Michael Hakim, you're listed here as the applicant. You are entitled to 5 minutes if you choose to use them. Thank you.
I'll try to limit my speech. First, I'd like to extend my condolences to the families and friends of Bill Rosendahl. And we'd like to also thank you for your continued support for our project. We've spent a lot of time working diligently with the community, with the city, with the neighbors. As you're aware, it's a 27-story project, 269 units with some great amenities which will help the community and visitors who really understand what the iconic Ambassador was once a place in LA. And that has been far neglected. And we want to bring that back. Just like everything we're seeing in LA is coming back to life. We just had the soccer stadium as a great extension of LA soccer, which would be great. We see downtown booming. But Mid-Wilshire Koreatown, which is the Wilshire Center, is the transit-oriented development which we have, is something that we'd want to continue the dense population of proper improved housing. And I really would like to extend that we've had a great improvement with our community benefits package from initial approval last year, and to this time we've worked on affordable housing component, and we've also want to make sure the school is a striving school, the most successful proponent of all the schools, as it was the most expensive school. So we want to be that anchor for the community and make this neighborhood the strongest and most healthiest living. And as in terms of safety and during construction, we're going to have proper traffic routes, make sure that we like to break ground this summer once school is out, so that way we can be familiar and monitor what's going on. We are now preparing and understanding the monitoring of the community walking across the streets. We're going to extend traffic guards and so on for that. We understand that there are certain concerns, and we're going to address those concerns and make sure the families and community are aware of those. If there's any particular questions or concerns, I'd be happy to answer them. And you know, we made those modifications that were concerned with the city, and so we've spent years, and I've put in a lot of hours in this, and I really would grant and hope that you grant support for this continued project. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. John Park, Hyung Kim, Sani Yi.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity for me to speak about this project. I'm supporting this project, and I am from that neighborhood. I live less than 50 feet away from the project area, and I've been watching this area for many years, and now it's just empty we must build something. And our neighbors, they live in a really, really poor condition. Their apartment, their house, it's really, really old and dangerous. They have all the plumbings. Everybody, deep inside themselves, they desire new building. Especially, I think this project will become iconic building in K-Town. It's not only our first step to the true modernization of K-Town, but it also creates a lot of jobs. And you know that now there's a lot of tourists coming to K-Town. It's gonna be good in long terms. That's all I have to say. I support. Thank you.
One second, please. I've been advised by the city attorney's office that we don't have quorum in the room. So I need to wait for the other council members to come back in the room or advise the chair as to where they're going. Sir, you were waving. Did you, sir, at the speakers? Hyung Kim? Does he need an interpreter?
He can only speak Korean. Do you have a Korean interpreter?
Do we have a Korean interpreter? No? Can you interpret for him?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you. You can have 2 minutes, please. Thank you. Well, 1 second, sir. 1 second. Okay, for the record, we now have quorum. Mr. Cedil's back in the room, so that leaves us quorum. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Hyung Kim. Go ahead. Go ahead.
지역 주민으로서 이 자리에 나왔습니다.
I'm here on behalf of neighbors of Koreatown.
우리가 지금 현재를 보지 말고 앞으로 몇십 년을 내다본다면은 지금 그 프로젝트가 별로 나쁘진 않습니다.
I support this project because I don't see futures from now, but I see the far futures from now.
우리가 앞을 내다보고 서로가 아름다운 마음으로 조금씩 양보해서 좋은 결과가 나왔으면 좋겠습니다.
I hope this meeting produce a good outcome to this project because in the long terms we should all work together and build something nice for the community.
이상입니다.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Sunny Lee. Yes, I'm living in Koreatown. 나는 코리아타운에 살고 있는데 또한 우리의 2세가 앞으로 살아가야 하는 것도 코리아타운입니다.
I just want to mention that I lived in Koreatown all my life, and my next generation will live in Koreatown as well.
그래서 한인타운의 발전을 생각해서 새로운 주거 지역이 필요하다고 생각하고 그 주거 지역으로 인해서 좋은 사람들이 많이 와서 살 수 있도록 그 환경을 만들고 싶습니다.
And I'm concerned about our neighbors, and also I'm concerned about the people who's coming to Koreatown. And this project will lead a lot of good people to Koreatown.
쾌적한 환경과 깨끗한 환경이 준비됐을 때는 범죄도 줄 것으로 생각하고 경제도 많이 도움이 될 것으로 생각합니다.
Not only we are going to have a lot of good people in K-Town, but it will also reduce a lot of crimes and it will improve our economy because of this beautiful, clean building and environment.
그래서 여러 사람들이 협력해서 같이 한인타운에서 살 수 있기 때문에 이 프로젝트를 저는 찬성합니다.
I support this project because we can all work together to make better for the future and our next generation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna Kim, Young Ju Choi, And Wayne from Encino.
Hi, how are you? My name is Hannah Kim, and I have been manager for a while now in K-Town. And I just noticed that a lot of upscale people are moving into K-Town now, including Korean people coming from Korea, and they are all looking for really nice high-rise building. And I noticed that neighborhood doesn't have anything yet, but we can be a starter. Once we're building this, the whole neighborhood can become a really nice upscale neighborhood. And in the future, we can develop for the school also a lot of the after-school programs and SAT programs and a lot of things that we can support the kids also. So that I think overall, when I see everything, I think it will be really benefit for a whole neighborhood. So I'm strongly supporting this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
저는 이 프로젝트를 찬성합니다.
I support this project.
많은 사람들이 한 곳에서 모여 살면서 이웃 간에 좋은 대화도 할 수 있고 또 좋은 삶이 이루어질 수 있고 많은 잡들도 생길 줄 압니다.
I hope that this project will create a lot of jobs for people and neighbors to get together and live together in a safe, clean environment.
그리고 많은 사람들이 이곳에 코리아타운에 모여드는데 더 많은 일들을 할 수 있도록 다 인커리지 할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
And I know a lot of people are moving to Koreatown recently, and hopefully these people will create better environment so that we have a better economy and better job and better community.
감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wayne. And after Wayne is our final speaker, Jordan Barrow-Kim from Council District 10.
That's right.
Sir, Wayne, can you hold this time, please? Are we allowed to allow, I know in council we haven't allowed recordings to be played in public comment. Is that allowed or not?
Terry Kaufman, Mesilla City Attorney's Office. If that recording is a statement about this project, then
Okay.
we can use it. If it's not and it's something else, then it's not on topic.
Wayne, you're an attorney. Just follow the rules, okay? You know the rules.
Well, it's just Herb is a pimp and a criminal in Korean, that's all. I got the translator. So, again, look at our favorite attorneys on websites, same as 6. This is a poster child for bad spot zoning. It's bad. People are getting up and leaving the meeting because they know it's evil, they know it's bad. You got to vote no on this project. What, 3 times it went through the planning and it was denied? See, because they know Herbie is powerful and almighty. So they just think that you're going to roll over the community because he's the council president. That's got to stop. And that's why in English and Korean, Herb is a pimp and a criminal. And that's why we got to vote no on this. Stop the criminal and restore the community.
Thank you. Jordan Barrow-Kim. I've seen that last name before spelled differently. Were you aware of that too?
Yeah, there's like 7 variations.
7 different, yeah, okay. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members of the Plum Committee. I'm Jordan Barudakim from Council President Weston's office. We're here today to concur with the mayor. We please ask that you approve the resolution of the previous filed general plan amendment. We additionally ask that you grant the appeal for item 6 with the revised Q conditions, with the newly drafted community benefits package, which include the opportunity for an affordable housing project. And I have those conditions here for the clerk in case. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. So your request is, I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. To approve the resolution of the previous filed general plan amendment for item 7.
Approve it.
Correct.
Okay.
And then for item number 6, to grant the appeal with the revised Q conditions.
Okay. The resolution, has that been previously adopted? in the general plan amendment, as part of the general plan amendment?
Terry Kaufman, Messiah City Attorney's Office. My understanding is that the council approved the general plan amendment.
And the resolution was part of that? So
It's following up on what the council
but no harm,
already
no foul
did.
if we move to adopt it again, right? Okay.
Thank you.
So the request of City 10, any questions, comments? The request of City 10 will move to adopt the resolution and to grant in part and deny in part the appeal and include the clarification provided by City 10 in the queue conditions. Have the planning department had a chance to review the queue conditions? Okay, great, thank you. Any objections? See no objections, so ordered. Thank you. Next item.
Public comment, Council.
Public comment. Wayne from Encino. No, I did not. Yeah, I know how much you love hearing. So I thought
So you did it again against the community. You did it again. You got to stop doing that. No one Mitchell Englander for the Board of Supervisors.
Mr. Wayne, you know the rules. One more.
It is. It's because it's a plum issue.
You've been warned. Okay, you've been warned.
Why can't I say it? Because the supervisors do this in unincorporated areas. They handle plum issues. So I'm saying it's bad for the LA County to let this guy become a supervisor. No, no, no. And
Thank
you
you,
know,
sir. I think your time is up, Mr.
why? I mean, you don't want to hear from us. So Herb Wesson's going to be holding a meeting tonight at 6. You don't want to hear from us then.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. I had
why?
warned you.
It's general public comment. How come you can't talk about things of general matters involving the jurisdiction of Plum?
Wayne, I warned you. If your main emphasis is about talking about something other than planning issues.
He's on the board. Today, it's the first time he shows up in months.
Okay, sir.
Because he's busy running for a seat instead of doing his job. That's what I'm saying. Isn't that relevant? Of course it's relevant. We have to stop that. So when people run for other offices, dock their pay.
Thank you very much. That concludes our meeting. Welcome back, Ms. Weber. See how much fun you're missing?